Welcome to another edition of Gold Medal Mixing Podcast. Today we have Coach Joey Scott, who's the coach of St. Thomas University, founder of True Fit Athletics, a former boxer, strength and conditioning trainer, and coach. So glad to have you. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's always good being in the presence of a legend.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. So let's get right on into it. How did you get into coaching?
Actually, I never wanted to coach, to be honest. I retired from the circuit in fall of 07. And one person asked me to coach him, and I was like, no, you know what I mean? But I never looked at myself as a coach. I always looked at myself as a businessman, but not a coach. And all this time, of course, my mentors was molding me. My dad, Coach Nick Scott, he was actually one of the USA relay coaches back when Brooks Johnson and all them guys was coming up. Yeah, but it's one of those things that I went ahead and said yes, and I was great at it. They end up qualifying, of course, the Beijing Olympics. And the rest is history. Paris will be my 5th Olympics that I coach at. Nice. But that's how I never wanted to be looked at as a coach, to be honest with you. And everybody that know me, they know that coaching, that's my least title that I want to go by. I want to be a teacher, a mentor. It's easy to be a coach because all you need is a whistle and a clock. That's true. So you go to Walmart, they see you with a whistle and a watch, they're gonna be like, hey coach, they don't even know you. But I want to really, really be a teacher. Yeah. And that's what I pride myself on. And everybody that know me know that's what I pride myself on.
I'm with you on that one. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's more than just coaching athletes to be great.
Absolutely.
We gotta make sure these kids be better outside of their sport too.
Absolutely.
Okay. What is your coaching philosophy then? My
philosophy is it's quite simple. It's me and my brother Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. We got a saying that greatness is in every last one of us, but it's only determined by the services you give yourself. Right? A lot of these athletes, a lot of human beings, period, don't understand their greatness. And because they don't understand their greatness, it's because they don't understand themselves.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And once they start understanding themselves and they look in the mirror, then they can understand exactly what they're looking at, and they can understand within them is greatness. Right. But it can only be brought out with the services that they give themselves. And it ain't about just running hard or showing up to practice every day. Being dedicated, being motivated. You know as well as I do, that don't bring a gold medal. The mind state do. You see what I'm saying? So that's my philosophy. Greatness is in the last one of us, but you got to give service to yourself, and there's no success without sacrifice.
And that's what I had to do in my career. Well, I told a story about me getting a mental life coach because I suffered some injuries. Was thinking, in my back of my head, I wasn't jumping as far as I would like, jumping 680, which I mean, still is good, but it's not up to my standards. Like I feel like I should. Every time I jump, it's 7 meters. So I went and got a life coach, and basically she switched my whole mindset up.
Absolutely.
And I was like, oh, I'm on now. Like I got on, and that's what kind of I instill in my athletes. Now I make them write down their goals. I make them see it. You tell me you want to do this, or what are you going to do to do it? Try to keep their head strong and things like that. That's what's up, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you enjoy most about coaching?
Oh, man. I got goals and aspirations too, right? And I don't think athletes really understand this. Like, coaches have goals and aspirations too.
We do.
It's unfortunate that my goals and aspirations is to be the best in this game, in this world of coaching, right? Not just track and field, not just boxing, but in anything that I do when I'm training football players, soccer players, my goal is to be the best, right? Want my name in lights. But it's only determined, I can't even reach my goals and aspirations unless they reach their goals and aspirations. Right? And it's a pressure that I'm willing to take. It's a pressure that I'm willing to take on. So what I like most about it is seeing them accomplish their goals and aspirations, right? Yes. And that lets me know that I'm closer to my goals and aspirations. Seeing them accomplish, seeing JT in the finals yesterday, that put me even more closer. Although I done had medalists, I done had finalists, but everybody have a story, right? And we all are narrators of our own book. You feel me? So I enjoy watching them overcome trials and tribulations, and that lets me know that I'm closer to where I want to be at. And that's what I enjoy most about coaching.
Yeah, I like that, because we was in the stand yesterday and we watching, and we got that connection with my agent was Mark Pryor, who's
Right.
your athlete JT's agent
Yeah.
also. So my agent hit us up and was like, my boy made it to the finals. Like, oh, we're gonna be there. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch. And for him to make the final, and I know this is his first Olympic trials.
Yes.
So for him to make a 100-meter final at that, is a really big accomplishment for him. And I hope he doesn't feel too down about it. And
Right.
That's a stepping stone to the right direction. Now
Absolutely.
you got worlds and indoor worlds and all that coming up next. So hopefully that's another motivation for him. It was great to watch him get up there and do his thing for sure.
Most definitely.
So with the elite athletes that you work alongside, what are some of the traits do you see in some of those athletes?
Oh man, in all of them, it's crazy, because they elite.
Already there.
But I've dealt with more mental problems with the elite than the people that's not elite. Why? Because of the expectations, right?
About to say, yeah.
So every elite athlete, not just runner, but every elite athlete, from boxing to all the other sports that I've dealt with, they really they know they good, but they don't know they great. They know they good. They know they good where they're at. Right. You know what I mean? If it's a track runner, I know I'm supposed to be. This is what separates JT, my friend. That's why I love that. That's why I love this dude, man. Because in his mind, he can lose, but he still feel like he's the greatest.
There you go.
The first words that came out of his mouth when he came to the back, Coach, I'm sorry, I messed it up. He tripped out his like, he just didn't execute. He was like, but Coach, they still can't beat me. You know what I mean?
I like that.
So the trait in majority of the athletes that I coach on the elite level is they know they're good, but they really don't understand the impact that they have, in the universe. All of them. I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? They don't understand the impact that they have out there in this universe. They understand that they're good, but they don't know that they're better than what meets the eye.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's something that I tell my kids when we have hard workouts and I give them the workout. I was like, they complain. I said, do y'all want to be good or do y'all want to be great?
That part.
We want to be great. I said, then why are you complaining? Let's
get it. Let's get it.
It's time to go. It's time to go. Like,
Absolutely.
let's not complain about it. Let's go. Like, I'm trying to get y'all to a point, and I have a lot of athletes that are in other sports. Track and field is not their first sport. Their first sport is football, basketball. I got volleyball, softball. I got it all. And my thing is, I want to make y'all better for y'all first sport.
Right.
So let's get on the line. Let's get great. Let's do what we got to do.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, how was your experience coaching Deontay Wilder before his match against Tyson Fury?
Oh man, you know what? Because it's crazy. Me and him got a unique relationship. Like, that's my brother. Yeah. Right. We do know how to but we know how to separate business and friendship. Business, we don't call each other friends. It's my brother. Yeah. Right. And how did I feel? I felt great knowing that anything that he have done and doing now is history in the making. Yeah. Right? Coaching him for that trilogy, it was hard because I knew the emotions behind it. Because majority of the people that y'all see on TV with me and him, I'm with them the most. Like, I'm talking about like this. Like, when it's nobody,
around.
It's me and him. It just used to be me and him in the dressing room. Right? It just used to be me and him in the dressing room. And Jay, shout out to Jay. But it was an amazing feeling for the simple fact that I knew that we was making history. Yeah. Right? And it's nerve-wracking. Yeah. And the reason it's nerve-wracking, not because of I tell my track athletes this, right? And I'm finna give you some real stuff. Coaching track for me is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life because I'm great at it. Yeah. I can do it with my eyes closed, right? Right. If I mess up in track, these guys trust me with their careers. Yeah. If I give them the wrong information, right? They'll have a bad race. You know what I mean? They might not make it to the podium, which is big. Yeah. But if I make a mistake in boxing, my brother can die. right? So I bring that same mentality over to track. And that's why I'm an aggressive coach. Like people that know me, they know, all right, Joe, he on that other level, right? I don't play no games because I value their careers and like I value my brother's life.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what was the feeling for me? I took it serious because I know that in that square circle, anything can happen, which it did, right? And it's all about, understanding that, because I can't coach him with no confidence.
Right.
He's going in a battle. He's going in a war with one of the best fighters in the world. And he's one of them too, right? So I felt good. I was on edge. We was away from our families. When we train, we away from our families. People don't know. Like we
gotta get it in.
We on edge. Like it's not like track.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing experience. And we still making history, and we still, even though through, he man, I can go on and on about this man, and what we done been through. We done been through a lot.
I can tell. Yeah.
We done been through a lot, and he's only lost to 3 people in his whole career. And he got in it at 21.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Beijing, he was only, when he made it to Beijing and got bronze medal, he was only in boxing for a year.
And that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
So the feeling that I had with him and the Tyson Fury, I knew it was a lot of emotion, right? It was a lot of emotions, and it was a lot said. It was a lot, me and him, we snapping. When me and him argue, boy, they don't know if to call the police or just let us just, you know what I mean? But the thing is, it was an amazing experience, and I was blessed to be a part of that experience, and I'm still blessed to be a part of his journey to greatness. Through the losses, through the wins. He know that one person is always gonna be on his side, and he looking at it right now in the camera when he look at this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Gonna be there.
That's what it is.
So did Deontay do some track workouts, or did you get a track athlete?
Man, let me tell you something. A lot of people used to, it's crazy, Britt, because a lot of people used to, man, he need to run. So we used to laugh at that, because we was like, man, he wasn't a track coach, an Olympic track coach at that. Right. You know what I mean? What you think I got him doing? Just push-ups? You know what I mean? So he's good.
Okay.
If D wanted to, he could be a 400 runner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He get it in. My boy tested him in Vegas. You already know who I'm about to say. Larry.
Oh,
Larry Wade, right? That's my brother. Shout out. But he tested me. He was like, he called me, said, man, this dude, he can run track. You know what I mean? But he work his ass off, man, and he do what he's supposed to do. Unfortunately, there are wins in the world and there are losses in the world. Yeah. And he grows from it each time. Yeah. He grows from the wins and he grows from the losses.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I did. I lived in Arkansas for a little bit, and I was trying to do some cardio type stuff, and I went and took some boxing classes.
Yeah.
I was in that thing dying. Yeah. I was like, ooh. Yeah. And it was only for an hour, and I was like drenched with sweat, and I was like, boxing was one of those sports that you watch. They train hard. Every all sport train hard, but you didn't know how hard.
Absolutely.
They really train. I was tired.
Man, listen. I used to take some of the athletes that I coach, and to the boxing gym with me. Yeah. When I was training, I used to get up at 4 a.m. right, and I used to go to the boxing gym. I used to have to be at the boxing gym at 4:30, right? I used to go in there. I used to spar. Yeah. And then I used to have my elite group come out at 9. So when they come out at 9, I'm finishing up my boxing training. So I used to leave the boxing gym. The boxing gym is connected to the track. Right. So I used to leave right out, and they knew if I sparred or not. So I come out there, I could just hear them whispering, "Hey, leave Coach alone. Leave Coach alone. He ain't for it today." Because they knew that I'd be hit on. You know what I mean? And but they knew if I didn't spar, they come out there. Okay, he didn't get hit today. You know what I mean? But I used to take them with me to watch me spar or watch me train, and they was amazed. They was like, "Coach, we had no idea you put your body through this."
I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? They was like, "Coach, you do this and then come coach us." Yeah. And this is my elite group. Olympians, world champions. Yeah. They like, "Coach, you do this is what you do before you come coach," and they respect it.
Yeah, that shoot. I respect it, man. I was in that thing toe up. I'm talking about sore. I had wanted to quit for one time. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stick with it because I'm trying to get in shape.
Yeah, yeah.
The dude hit me in the abs with this little stick.
Yeah, the stick.
Get them abs
right.
I ain't like that no more. I was like, if you got that coming to the end of the practice,
yeah,
I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. So do you see some similarities between like boxing and wrestling and?
Yeah, actually, I do. The similarities is both my frames have to be like killer mode. You know what I mean? Because it is a combat sport. You know, I believe that boxing a little different because you are getting hit in the head, and the head is not made to be hit. You know, and wrestling is more grappling. So you can tear something. And it could be a career-ending injury, you know, if you twist the wrong way.
Right.
So I respect both games. Boxing is a little, to me, it's real risky. Like I said, the body's not meant to get hurt. I mean, get hit. So the only thing that you can do is get it in tip-top shape as possible, and hopefully that the body will respond.
Right.
You know, but it's a lot of similarities. It's both combat sports, but the mind frame got to be the same. Killer instinct.
So you got a long jumper today.
Yes.
You had your 100 meter. Any other athletes you have?
Ebony Morrison. She just became the African champ day before yesterday.
Okay. I heard that name.
Yeah, she ran for Liberia. She's a hurdler. She also just qualified to the Olympic Games.
There we go.
My goal was 5 to the Olympics.
Okay.
Right now, I believe I'm at 3.
Okay.
Right now I'm at 3, 2 or 3. So then we still in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So we got a good chance.
Yeah, most definitely.
A really good chance today.
Absolutely.
So
But yeah, so I got Ebony Morrison. I have a guy named Tristan James, who is also a long jumper for Dominica.
Okay.
He's their top jumper.
Okay.
I believe that he's gonna make it.
Good.
Then I have Lauren William James. Okay. She was a high school phenom out of California. Okay. She's finding her rhythm now. Who else I got? I have JT, of course. JT. I have a real nice group.
You sound like you do.
Yeah, I have a real nice group. I'm trying to think. I got a couple. I can't even think of them.
Where y'all based out of?
Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, Miami, Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice weather.
Yeah.
Good place to train.
Absolutely easy to get from point A to point B when we got to go across the water.
See what I'm saying?
You know.
See what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of.
Absolutely. Kyron McMaster, of course. Gary Dewis Flat. I'm the hurdle coach.
Okay.
So me and him was able to share that bronze medal that he won last year. So it's. I got a relationship with a lot of great people, and I respect them, and because that's why I don't ever really call them my athletes because I don't own them. Yeah. Brooks Johnson taught me that a long time ago. I said it one time, he cussed me out. I said, Brooks,
and that's how he
my athletes, and you already know what he said. You know what I mean? But he was like, they're not your athletes. You don't own them. I was like, oh, okay, all right. The athletes I coach, you know what I mean?
I coach.
But most definitely, man, shout out to Brooks.
Yes,
he's
most
one of my
definitely.
mentors.
I love him definitely. Funny story about Coach Johnson. My first time I was overseas, and it was my first ever meet as a professional.
Right.
And it was a bank track, and I went down, ran, got off my penultimate rung, and rolled into the sand.
Right.
And I ended up winning the meet, and he was like, "That's the first time I ever seen somebody roll and win."
Yeah, man.
He got on me so bad, like I was like, dang, I was like a little embarrassed because I was like, I ain't never felt like that.
Yeah,
and it's my first professional meet, and I'm sitting out here rolling in the sand, looking crazy.
Hey,
and he got
funny.
jokes.
Yeah, man. My story on him was we was at Texas Relays, and like I said, my dad, him, and Orrin, they was the coaches at that time of the high performance, right? And I came out there with a do-rag. I'm fresh out of college, you know what I'm saying? I'm fresh out of college, got my do-rag on. All I heard was, Scott, take that gun. This ain't no modeling show. I said, all right, yeah, dang. I never wore it to practice again, man. That's my dude, man.
I love him to death. He's a great guy.
That's my dude.
So, anything coming up for like Deontay? Anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody think he's gonna retire, but he's not. He still got more in the tank, and it's crazy because the dude is special, man. He's a special guy. He pissed me off sometimes, but that's my brother. That's what brothers do. I piss him off sometimes too. But he's special.
I love it.
And it's one of them things where he surrounds himself around others that's special.
Yeah,
he knows that I'm special. And he's not gonna retire. Good. In his mind, right? He believes that he's put on this earth to be a champion.
I agree.
Right? So until he fulfills that, he's not giving up and he's not going nowhere. And that's a true testimony to who he really is, right? He's not gonna go out like that. If he's gonna go out, he's gonna go out on his shield. Yeah. Right? And he knows I respect it, and I'm the same way.
I'm with you.
You had a saying, you tell your athletes, do you want to be good or do you want to be great? And my philosophy is, and one of my sayings is this: do you want to be great or do you want to be non-existent? Right? So the thing is, if you're non-existent, nobody gonna know who you are. They ain't gonna know your story. And this world is about stories. People love storylines. Where did you come from in order for you to be great? Right? Yeah. And that's why when I'm coaching, I allow athletes to see my imperfections. Right? I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna even pretend that I'm perfect. Right? And I don't want nobody around me that act like they perfect. But I want people to see my imperfections. That way they're able to see my growth. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not scripted. I'm not cookie cut. You know, I'm not, hey, I'm not that dude. I'm not him. Right? And I allow them to see that. And what the athletes do see, they see my journey as well. So D, what he got coming up is more history. He's the longest reigning heavyweight champion that's ever been in boxing. He tied Muhammad Ali for the most title defensive. He defended it 10 times. That's unheard of, other than Muhammad Ali. He had the highest knockout ratio of all time. He's by far, nobody has ever done what he did in such a short amount of time. You know what I mean? So he's keep making history. He's keep making history. Even with the losses, he don't have to box another day in his life. Trust me, his bank account is right.
We know.
It ain't like track bank account. His bank account is cool. You understand? Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's him. He don't need boxing, but boxing needs him. Oh yeah, he's the ticket. You understand? And most importantly, before I shut up about him, people gotta understand that he don't fight for the belts. Like a lot of people think he's fighting for belts. He fight for our culture. He's the last reigning spokesperson that we have that's speaking for our culture. That's right. You understand me? Till this day. You're right. You know what I mean? He meant that, right? We still fighting to this day. And that's what he fights for. He fights for our culture, right? And that means more to him than any belt, than any amount of money. You know, he wants to let his culture know that anything is possible if you put your mind, body, and soul into it. And I think the same way, and that's why me and him click. Because in this game right here, this track and field game, I'm at the Olympic trials, but I want to become a legend. I want to become a legend, not because I got somebody to run fast or, I got, all these athletes is talented that's here. Yeah. The only thing that we could do is guide them the best way we know how. And then they true talent. If they believe in you as a coach, as a teacher, as a mentor, then they're going to shine. You're right. You understand me? And that's, and there's one other person that I care about that I'm so happy he made the team, right? Because I know his story and I know things about his story that nobody else knows. And that's Fred Curley, right?
Yeah, we was happy to see him yesterday.
So even when people, it's going back and forth with me and him, that dude, I know his story and his trials and tribulations outside of this sport, right? And where he come from, that wasn't execution in that 100 meters that he did to make that team. That was grit and determination. That no matter what y'all throw at me, y'all can't stop me. Right? And that's why I teach you a king. so you conduct yourself as that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, this is me.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You can tell you passionate.
Oh man, man,
you can definitely tell you passionate.
Man, listen, man.
But yeah, I need to meet Deontay.
I got you. You know I got you. I FaceTime right with my phone. Hold on, while we on camera. Hold
okay, let's do it.
Let me see if he up.
Let's give it that.
We 3 hours. We 3 hours. Let's see if he's still in the bed. I'll give you one even better. Let's see if he answered his phone or he's still asleep.
Where he's based out of?
Alabama.
Oh, he down the street.
Yeah, he has a there he go. Man, I'm on a podcast right now with a legend, bro. And she wanted to meet you. You know what I mean? I said, I think he's still asleep. I'm on a podcast on the camera right now, bro. This is Brittney Reese, man. She's an 8-time world champion.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you?
Look like he's still asleep.
Looking tired.
He said he doing well. It went out. But yeah, this her podcast, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want to hit me back?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you back, bro. I hit you back. I love you, bro.
Love you too.
All right, peace. Yeah, peace.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so there you go. You know?
Oh, yeah. That quick. Yeah. All right, nice. But I want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate you.
I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the Gold Medal Mixing Podcast.
Yeah.
Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. We got you. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, my girl.
Yeah.
AJ, what you cooking? So I give 'em money talk. I hop in the bed like Tony Stark. The chain blinking on me is sunny walk. I'm big, but they try to little dog. So they hop in the cage, it's a rock roller. A little ashes in the